if I've helped Eric just a little bit, he's massively successful without me. He doesn't need me to be successful. But if there's one thing I gave Eric that allows him to go a little faster, man, that's, I get to help people go quicker for a living, but it's not just for me. It's for every single one of us. I promise you, there is somebody, potentially millions of people starting off on something right now that you have the answer to.
Dean Graziosi, it's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you on the show for the second time. Looking forward to this year.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Dive in. Great. So this is the third year we're going to be doing this, right? So the last few years we've been doing the KBB, right? Knowledge Business Blueprint and the Knowledge Broker Blueprint. And now this year there's a whole new surprise that's coming out. Why don't we talk about like the success that we've had so far and the impact you've made before we dive into what you're doing next?
Yeah, sure, man. First off, it's good to be here. Good to see you again. Listen, especially right now in the world, these are crazy times. It's uncertain times. The world has shifted and people are wondering what's the best way to pivot or shift or be ahead of the wave, right? Like Wayne Gretzky, if you're listening outside the world, Wayne Gretzky is one of the best hockey players of all time here in America. And I love where I saw a quote once. At least I think this is from him, or at least the quote I read said it was from him. It said, he was asked the question on why he was one of the best hockey players of all time. What makes you different?
Yeah.
And he said, some skaters skate to where the puck was. He said, most skaters skate to where the puck is. He said, I learned how to skate to where I thought the puck was going.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, when the world shifts like it has, a lot of people are waiting for the world to go back where the puck was, and the world may never go back there. Sometimes when you have a shift this big, it's like Humpty Dumpty broke and it's not going back together the same way. So what I feel blessed working with my partner and dear friend, Tony Robbins, who was my mentor from afar 25 years ago. What we're trying to do is show people how to skate to where the puck is going, the self-education industry, the online knowledge industry, sharing what you know, sharing your experience, your mess that you went through and you're on the other side. That's where the world is going. People aren't going back to college. They're not trying to figure it out on their own. They want to find somebody who's already been there. You want to learn how to do lead gen, you go to Eric. You want to learn how to cut hair, how to get through a relationship better, how to go vegan, how to do anything possible. We're now in 160 countries, 4,700 different niches, every niche possible. People are realizing that if they want something, they just find somebody who's already done it, who's willing to share and cut them a check to go faster. And that's where Tony and I see the world is going. And we just wanted to scream from mountaintops that it's time for everyone, whether you're in business already and you want to bolt this on, whether you have a product and want to add an information product to it, or you want to start something online because you see other people doing it and you're wondering how. We knew it was time for it to share, and it's become a movement. We're over 40,000 people strong. And now we're going to do a challenge and put 1 million people in it.
Oh man, I love it. Yeah, you guys, I mean, it's unbelievable. Like the foresight that you've had, and on top of that, what's happened to this country with COVID has like been the perfect storm for something like this, where people have kind of like had a pause in their life where they stopped commuting on a bus to Manhattan or a train to Philadelphia, and they're home. And now they're starting to recognize, wait, my life's kind of cool without going into the city and being with my family. And then they recognize that they can take this online training and get all this education that, wait, I can actually run a business by just doing what I already know. Like, what's the impact that you've had this year with COVID? I would imagine it's a positive impact and your business scaled more because some businesses hurting, right? But the online businesses are booming, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, think about this, right? We're socially separated. So the world is virtually connecting, right? And I mean, think about this. My daughter's 14 and she likes to paint. She wanted to learn how to do oil painting. When she did, she didn't think like you would even 10 years ago. Should I go take a course in a school or nighttime college course, or should I read a book? No, my daughter went online. She found this guy, Anthony, who wasn't a teacher, just a guy that was good on painting oil paintings. And a weekend later, she's at the kitchen table with her laptop open with a canvas, and she's painting oil while Anthony is doing a $97 Zoom class for about 25 people. Anthony didn't have to write a book. He didn't go to college for it. He's just good at oil painting, right? That's where the world is going, right? That people are turning, they're not going back to college. They're not trying to figure it out on their own. They're looking for you to share your experience. And that's why this is growing so fast. I mean, knowledge is truly the new currency. Think about it right now.
It's always been, right?
Right.
It's always been.
It's so funny.
Knowledge is power.
100% right. Knowledge has always been the currency, but people are realizing the power of knowledge, right? Yep. I mean, think about it. Would you, right now, if we offered you, hey, Eric and I are going to chip in together and buy you a new car, or Eric and I are going to get together over a weekend and you could spend it with us on how to start and scale your business online. Would you take the new car, or would you spend the weekend with Eric and I? You bet your ass you'd spend the weekend with Eric and I, because you could buy yourself a new car every 6 months if you wanted to, right? And the world is realizing that, but people want knowledge in every single niche that you could possibly imagine.
That's funny. My daughter's turning 16 and about to drive. So, we start talking about the type of car she wants. And she's like, I want the big Range Rover. You do. That's really nice that you want the big Range Rover. So I have an idea. How about this? Why don't we sit down and I show you how to build a business online, and then you go and buy your own Range Rover, so I don't look like that dad who bought the Range Rover for the kid who looks like you're spoiled now. Now you could say you did it all on your own, right? Like, wouldn't that be cool? And they're like, oh, okay, maybe. But, kids are kids. They're not going to take the kind of time, and you got to wait till they're ready. But yeah, I mean, to your point, it's like, it's lead them to the water, right?
Yeah,
no doubt, man. Like, what you're doing is, it's ultimately showing people a skill set, right? This isn't something you're born with. That's what people don't recognize.
Really great.
They think that, oh, you're an online marketer. I don't know anything about tech, right? I built a business of over $100 million with no investment whatsoever on a performance basis. And I know nothing about tech, but I was taught. I saw people that knew what they were doing, and I started to put together what they were doing right. And I kind of made it my own over time. And the same thing for this. It's like, people just don't recognize that they have these businesses because they don't know, and they're so naive, but it's teachable. That's the most important thing that people need to understand, right?
Completely. And think about this. When people think about what they could sell online, like if you're listening right now and you're like, I'd love to do what I see other people doing online. I'd love to be able to make money from home and still stay home and be with my family and be more present and be at dinner, not be stuck at rush hour. And you see other people kind of crushing it or building a legacy online. Like, what the hell are they doing? You have to think through this lens. If our knowledge, if our experience is the actual asset, then really our knowledge is our asset. Our life experiences and what we developed is the inventory. And our brain is the warehouse. Like, really think about that. We've never been in a time in history when it was more accessible. Think about it. Napoleon Hill in 1930 said, general knowledge, as much as you get of it, how wide and how vast, it'll never equate to success. You need specialized knowledge.
Yep.
Eric, you just hit the nail on the head. You didn't know what you were doing at first, but you probably learned from people who had specialized knowledge. You kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And now you're the expert who's had massive success. If I was going to get into your business, I could take 10 years to figure it out. Or if not, I would cut you a big old check and beg you to spend a weekend with me, right?
100%.
And
well, I mean, on the flip side, I don't know how to coach. I don't know how to teach people things. I'm actually trying to learn from you right now. So I know if you ask me about lead generation and how to build a business, I could talk to you for hours, and like to the point where I'd run you over and you'd be like, oh my God, Eric, shut up. I don't want to, you're like too much information kind of thing, right? In which that happens all the time because I have so much passion for it. But ultimately, I'm trying to learn how to build a course from someone like you who's been doing this and teaching people and training people how to like simplify things. Because things to me that seem so simple to other people are just like, I don't even know what a click is or what CPC means. And it's like, when I hear that, or like a tracking link, how do they know it's my link? Well, we have this tracking link that's unique to you. And then they know it's like, but I think that's just known and it's not. And that's the part that's crazy for me personally, that you're teaching me. And it's like, how do I get my expertise out into the world, right? Like, that's what you're showing people, including myself, on how to build a business around knowledge. But there's no cost to knowledge.
There isn't. No,
it's a nice margin.
The inventory is endless. Listen, I feel like my ADD might be kicking in, but I want to tell you something. When this shifted for me, Eric, is literally 25 years ago. I was already on my way of being successful. And then back then I was in the car business. I fixed wrecked cars. I had a tow truck. I had apartments, and I was building houses. 25 years old. I started with nothing, but I was already on my way. I was running away from a painful childhood, and I was running away really hard, which ran me into success. But I was kind of doing it in a hosed up way. Maybe you've been there, Eric, where you've been successful, but I was compromising my life, my thoughts. I was stressed all the time. Oh, yeah. And I saw an infomercial with Tony Robbins. I cut a check. He sent me all these tapes. That's how long ago it was, literally cassette tapes. Had a Sony Walkman with the orange earbuds. Yeah. And I took a walk every day listening to those tapes. And they did two things for me. It was personal power. One, it gave me a different way to look at success and how to do it in a more elegant way without beating myself up, with changing my past, with new focus, new beliefs, and getting rid of old stories, with stuff I had never heard before. It was revolutionary to me. I took every word Tony said, and it changed my life. Now, Tony didn't learn all that on his own. He learned it from Jim Rohn when he was 17 years old, built upon it, then became the expert. Just like Eric learned from someone else, now he's the expert, right? But it did something else for me, Eric. It made me realize, holy crap, Tony Robbins took my money, and the only thing he gave me was the experience he had between his ears. And it changed my life. And I decided I wanted to be in the business right there and then. I want to be in the business of providing knowledge. The cool part is the barrier to entry has changed. When I went in 25 years ago, I produced an infomercial, and I had to buy media, and I had to do warehousing, and I put a product in the warehouse. I was in 200 grand before I sold one product when I didn't have 200 grand. I used credit cards to make it happen, right? Today's world, the reason that if you're listening and want to start a new business or bolt on an additional business to what you have, what's amazing about this is that knowledge is still valuable. It's like Eric said, it's always been the asset. It's always been currency. But now you have a methodical way taught by Tony and I on how to identify what you should teach, how to simplify it, how to put it in our story teach tool framework model so everybody can get it, how to identify your ideal clients online for free because the world has completely changed, and then how to deliver it to them in an easy way that they want to cut you a check so they can go faster. The knowledge industry has always been the same, but the barrier to entry has completely changed. And that's why it's a revolution. It's like, it's like getting, crypto when it was Bitcoin when it was $1,000. Like, it's going. It just depends if you want to jump on board.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started with the crypto world. I'm so passionate about that right now. I think it's the biggest opportunity. People don't believe in it, but I try to explain to them, you don't necessarily have to believe in it to set you up financially to do other things that you love if you're struggling, right? But in any event, we'll get into that later. But yeah, man, I mean, totally. Listen, knowledge is power. Being able to self-educate is the most important thing. For everything in my life, I've been doing it, not realizing it. But, at the end of the day, I've always told people when you're looking for a job, when you're trying to do something, you got to look at who are you working for and think about do you want to be that person? If you like their life and who they want to be, learn from them, right? You should be paying them to hang out with them. They shouldn't be paying you. You're lucky the fact that you're able to hang out with somebody so successful that's being able to transfer some information that you're going to learn that you can now take with you on your life. And that's ultimately what this is, right? It's just, you can learn from anybody in the world if you want to do something. For me, I go to YouTube right now and I just type in how to cook rice. And I don't know how to cook at all, by the way. But I'll go there and I'll find somebody. There's so many people in the world that are out there trying to teach cooking and how to cook in a way that is healthy. And I'm dying for that, but I don't know how to do it. So it's like these people now with the mindset that they have is making a huge business by doing that. Someone's coming over on Saturday to organize my garage. I'm paying for it. I want a system. You show me when I get mail what to do. Where do I put my papers? She's coming over. She's got a huge business. She was a speech therapist who's now has a business organizing people's homes. Think about that for a second. You couldn't do that 50 years ago.
We have 4,700 different niches that we've identified and everything you could possibly imagine and things that you wouldn't imagine. There's a girl who does a class called Painting with Wolves. Literally, she's done multiple classes. She loves painting while at the same time she wants to do it to really soothe people's souls. So she brings in little wolves, younger ones, and they lay with you while you paint. So you have the energy of a wolf while you're doing stuff. You would think, who would do that? She sold out 3 times.
That's wild.
It's insane what's going on from people helping women get through menopause, men to be better parents, women and men to find better intimacy in their relationship, helping divorce people make sure their kids are not fragmented and put a child-centered divorce. I mean, everything you can imagine from the messy side of life, turning it into their message, to people that were been in sales and they're helping people sales, accountants, helping young accountants, like everything people are doing from home, teaching. And so many are doing it from their cell phone, creating courses, or doing Zoom calls. It's really honestly a revolution. And Tony and I feel honored to be at the forefront, helping people get in and do it successfully.
Well, I got to tell you, I got to put a feather in your cap because for me, I'm pretty new to this space. I started off with Russell, right, and I joined his inner circle, and that was really what catapulted me into this world. And I've watched a lot of people, and I've been in the student in this part of this coaching world, and there's certain people I can listen to for about 20 minutes to an hour, and then they get on my nerves, and I gotta just get rid of them, right? And for you, you're somebody that is so knowledgeable about the space, but what shines through from you is you actually really do care. You honestly do care. And what I love about it is not if you're teaching your students or you're teaching the affiliates, you're going into a room where, yeah, get on board to promote my offer, but wait a second, dude, pay attention to what I'm doing because it works. And you follow my lead. This is what I'm doing. Here, you're going to promote this, but here's how you do it. And you're ultimately teaching. You're teaching me the business while you're also getting me to promote your offer. So it's like a give and take, right? Like, and you're not doing it to just trick me. You care. You honestly care. You want to build a community. And like, that's what I'm here for. I want impact. I want to be able to just build a legacy and make an impact so that someone would feel like that, the way I feel towards people like you who are out there just trying to help. And that's a beautiful thing. Why?
Thank you for those kind words. That means a lot.
It's true. I mean, I'm sure you hear it all the time, but like there's people out there that are out there making money, and there's people out there that truly care. And you've done okay financially, right? You could likely stop right now and decide to never be on the internet ever again. It's not about the money. You're doing it because you actually have passion for it. And I can see that part of it where it shines through. And I appreciate you for that and love that you're sharing the knowledge. And the fact that you guys have the foresight to see what's happening right now is just a beautiful thing. So it's year 3 now. And we're doing it a little bit differently. Do you want to talk a little bit about what's happening? What can we tell? What can't we tell?
Yeah, no, first off, I want to tell you, thank you for those kind words, because it really is where I'm at in my life right now and it lights me up every day to help people. This community, this industry, we can help be the role models and the leaders that so many people need. And I don't know anything more rewarding, man. Like you just said something that really hit home for me is, think about this. Think about being in an industry where you get to help people go faster. If I've helped Eric just a little bit, he's massively successful without me. He doesn't need me to be successful. But if there's one thing I gave Eric that allows him to go a little faster, man, I get to help people go quicker for a living, but it's not just for me. It's for every single one of us. I promise you, there is somebody, potentially millions of people starting off on something right now that you have the answer to.
Totally.
And that's what we get to do.
Totally. So I will tell you one thing before you dive into that, because this is important. I've been in the lead generation space, the direct response marketing, performance marketing, right? This is called performance marketer, right? It's all about being result driven. And I never really understood how I can go on the internet and teach people until I started listening to people like Russell and yourself, right, Tony? And when someone asks me now, well, what are you doing? How are you making an impact? What I try to explain to them is, listen, I don't help people lose weight. I don't help people with any issues with their marriage. But what I do is I help the people that don't know how to get their message out to the world. And by doing so, I'm showing them how to find the people that need it. And by me making that connection, right, I'm now making an impact on the person that's looking for it. This person's business is growing. They're doing more. And I'm in the middle just making an impact on people's lives by just showing them what I know. And I think that's a little bit of confusion for people in the world that don't realize that. They're like, well, I'm not going on the internet to talk about how to hammer a nail or do something like that. Doesn't make any sense. Why would someone pay me for that? And one of the things that I think took me a really long time was that I could sell my knowledge. And I didn't think I could for almost 15, 20 years. I didn't realize it until just my big, oh my God, wait a second, I could make an impact. I really could. I can grow people's businesses and I can help that person over there. Even if I don't know anything about alcohol rehab, I'm still
exactly right. Because you're not looking to be great at everything. You're just looking to show specialized knowledge in the exact thing you're good at. And the fact of the matter is, Eric, your knowledge, your capabilities of what you have is priceless. There's a million people out there that need to know what you're doing, man. You'd be doing the world a disservice if you didn't share it.
Totally.
And if you're watching Eric right now and you want to be in his business, you cut the man a check to go faster or take 10 years to figure it out, right? So listen, let me tell you what we're doing. Tony and I decided to do the Own Your Future Challenge. It's a crazy time in the world. If you don't own your future, someone else could. And that's not acceptable. So on May 11th, put this in your calendar. We're doing a 5-day free challenge. Not kind of free. It's totally free. You're going to go to, we have a link, ericownit.com. Do Eric with a C, ERIC, then ownit.com. Go see the speakers we're bringing in as well. We have 13 other speakers that, listen, I want you to pretend something for me. This challenge is free. It's only free because it's a crazy time in the world. There's a lot of uncertainty. It's an unprecedented time. Tony and I got together. We did a challenge in January, put 837,000 people in it. This one, we're putting in over 1 million people. The first one was about mindset. This one is about how to build your own economy in a shifting world. How do you enter the digital economy? How do you enter the knowledge industry? How do you unlock what's in here? How do you confidently teach it? How do you sell it through service? How do you replicate it and make it a business? We're doing this over 5 days. You mentioned Russell. Russell's a part of it. So is Brendan Burchard and Jenna Kutcher and Shailene Johnson and so many amazing people that maybe you know, maybe you don't, but all of them are in this industry and none of them thought they could be. That's the common thread. We're not born thinking we're going to do this. Our life experiences lead us here. So all of these people are coming. They're all coming for free because Tony and I asked them. And I truly believe never in life, never in history, will you get this kind of group, this many people together. When the world opens back up, they'll be all over the world speaking, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Eric with a C, ownit.com. Go check out all the speakers. Reserve your spot, May 11th. Yeah. Come play full out. There's no replay. We're going live and then it's coming down, okay? Secondly, send that same link to someone in your life that needs this as well. And if anything else, send it to someone who could be your accountability partner. You go to the gym with someone, you work out better. So send that link to someone you could do it together. And third, I really mean this. Pretend you spent $5,000 for this. Because at any other time in life, when you see the speakers, I mean, Tony has a waiting list of 2 years. And if you knew how much Tony got for 90 minutes on stage, I won't reveal his, but it's insane. You could buy a bunch of cars. So just tell you, he's got a 2-year waiting list. It's Tony, myself, and all these speakers for free. I would pretend you paid $5,000 for it because when you pay attention. You'll show up with your pen in hand, with your journal, pretend I paid $5,000. I must learn because we're not just going to give you rah-rah for 5 days. We're teaching. So anyway, put it on your calendar. Isn't there
a tennis player coming too? I heard there's a pretty good tennis player showing up.
Yeah, she might be coming.
That's a rumor?
She just got invited. No, she just got invited to play the Italian Open on the same day that we were having her. So we're still talking to her about it.
Oh, no, don't play. Or maybe put the microphone on her while she plays.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so it's 5 days it's free. And I understand why you're saying pretend like it's $5,000 because I've done a few challenges and the people that don't pay, they don't show up. They don't do the work. They take it for granted when this is free, but it's transformational. Even if you choose not to do anything going forward, the amount of people that are here and going to be teaching you, I get it. You got to pretend in some way. You got to trick your mind and staying dedicated and going all in. It's 5 days. It's not like you're asking them for a year, right? Spend 5 days, give it a chance. And
it's about 2 hours a day, about 2 hours a day.
It's life-changing and it's out of your home. That's the best part, right?
Yes.
So it's pretty easy.
Listen, Eric, man, I just want to tell you, I appreciate what you're doing and I see your evolution and even just talking to you year over year, I see where you're headed, man. Keep up the good work, model what we're doing, keep changing lives.
I'm trying, man.
Seriously, what you're doing, man, I'd love to hire you to help our team look at through a different lens. So
I want to be to Fiji, baby. Fiji's my goal. I got a little thing here, the little mastermind earpieces, but
oh, nice.
Fiji's my goal. One day.
I'd love to hang out with you there. And everybody else, May 11th, seriously, own your future. The Own Your Future Challenge, Tony and I with some amazing guests. We'd love to have you. And again, what Eric said, even if this isn't the thing you want to do, it'll open your mind to what's possible. So either way, get there, get a friend, pretend you spent the money, and we'll see you on May 11th.
Dean, I really appreciate it. You're a legend. So much.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you so much, man. All right, buddy. Take care.
See ya.